An unexpected encounter. The renowned chef Primus. Thick alien blood dripped down his razor-sharp knife as Primus sliced the Zorian quail eggs. He scraped the eggs into the sizzling pan while glaring at the human diplomat. Searing the eggs with intense heat, the Daxamite chef's rage made his tentacles shake, but little did Primus know one bite of human food would utterly shatter his reality and make him question everything. For decades, Zeta 9 space station bustled with chatter in its 200 food halls. Countless aliens dined on every imaginable cuisine, yet the renowned restaurant Nebula's Delight packed indiscriminating foodies, all craving innovative fusion dishes by the legendary chef Primus. The diplomat's arrival. Then one day, everything changed. A human diplomat named Donald Adams arrived to negotiate a critical trade deal. The Galactic Alliance's economy hinged on the talks. Billions of tons of needed food and resources hung in the balance. Failure meant starvation for trillions. During a tense break in negotiations, Donald wandered Zeta 9's busy corridors and found himself outside Nebula's Delight. Intrigued, he went inside and ordered Primus's most popular fusion dishes. Chef Primus himself, confident in his legendary skills, prepared and served the meal. The food looked colorful, artistic, carefully constructed. A new experience, yet after a single bite, a confused frown crept onto Donald's face. He chewed slowly and pushed the plates aside. Primus's heart sank. "What's wrong, human? You dare insult the great Primus, master of galactic cuisine." His tentacles flailed in outrage as he confronted Donald. But the diplomat's next words would flip Primus's universe upside down. "I must know everything about human cuisine," Primus exclaimed, his tentacles waving with excitement. "What ingredients do you use? How do you prepare your dishes? I've never tasted anything like it." Donald chuckled at the chef's enthusiasm. "Well, Primus, on Earth we have a vast array of culinary traditions. Each region has its own unique flavors and techniques. Culinary curiosity." Primus leaned in closer, his eyes wide with curiosity. "Tell me more." "Take India, for example," Donald began. "They have a rich history of using spices like cumin, coriander, and turmeric to create complex, aromatic curries. The flavors are bold and intense, yet perfectly balanced." Primus nodded, absorbing every word. "And then there's Italy," Donald continued. "They're known for their pasta dishes like spaghetti carbonara or fettuccine alfredo. The key is using fresh, high-quality ingredients and letting their natural flavors shine through." "Fascinating," Primus murmured. "But what about the emotions and memories you mentioned?" Donald smiled. "That's the beauty of human cuisine. It's not just about the taste, but the experiences and stories behind each dish. A simple bowl of chicken soup can bring back memories of a loved one's comfort during a childhood illness. A slice of apple pie can evoke the warmth of a family gathering. A new passion." Primus was silent for a moment, contemplating the depth of human food culture. "I want to learn more," he said finally. "I want to experience it for myself." Days later, as the trade negotiations concluded, Donald approached Primus with an invitation. "Why don't you come to Earth and see our culinary wonders firsthand? I can show you around, introduce you to some of our best chefs." Primus hesitated, torn between his thriving career on Zeta 9 and his newfound passion for human cuisine. He thought of his loyal patrons, his fellow chefs, the reputation he had built over the years. But the allure of exploring a whole new world of food was too strong to resist. "I'll do it," Primus declared. "I'm going to Earth." A new beginning. Departure from Zeta 9. The news of Primus's decision spread quickly through Nebula's Delight. His Daxamite colleagues were shocked and dismayed. "So you're throwing away your career for some primitive human food?" One chef scoffed. "Have you lost your mind? They don't even have tentacles," another exclaimed. "How can they possibly create anything worth eating?" But Primus stood firm in his resolve. "True culinary greatness lies in exploring new frontiers," he argued. "Human cuisine may be different, but that's exactly why I need to learn from it. It could unlock a whole new level of creativity and innovation in our galactic culinary scene. As Primus packed his bags, he felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. He was leaving behind everything he knew, everything he had worked for. But the promise of discovering the secrets of human food and culture drove him forward. With a final goodbye to his old life, Primus set off on his journey to Earth, ready to embrace whatever challenges and revelations lay ahead. Arrival in New York City. As the spacecraft touched down on the bustling streets of New York City, Primus felt a rush of excitement and anticipation. The towering skyscrapers and the cacophony of sounds were unlike anything he had experienced on Zeta 9. Donald greeted him with a warm smile and a firm handshake, guiding him through the crowded sidewalks to an elegant brownstone in the heart of the city. Primus, meet Gino and Tony. Donald introduced the Daxamite chef to a silver-haired man and his son. They'll be your hosts during your stay here. Warm welcome. Gino, a retired chef with a twinkle in his eye, embraced Primus like an old friend. Welcome to our home, Primus. We've heard so much about you from Donald. It's an honor to have you here. Tony, a young man with a friendly grin, chimed in. We can't wait to show you around the city and introduce you to all the amazing food we have here. Primus felt a warmth spreading through his tentacles. Thank you for your hospitality. I'm eager to learn everything I can about human cuisine. Exploring the culinary scene. Over the next few days, Primus immersed himself in the vibrant culinary scene of New York City. He wandered through the bustling streets, marveling at the sheer variety of food available at every turn. From the sizzling hot dogs at street carts to the elegant dishes served in high-end restaurants, Primus sampled it all. This is incredible, Primus exclaimed as he bit into a slice of pizza from a famous pizzeria. The combination of flavors, the texture of the crust, I've never tasted anything like it. Gino chuckled. That's just the beginning, my friend. Wait until you try the pastrami sandwiches from Katz's Deli or the dim sum in Chinatown. Discovering new ingredients. As Primus explored the city's markets, he encountered ingredients he had never seen before. Exotic fruits, pungent cheeses, and an array of spices filled his senses. He listened intently as Gino explained the history and cultural significance behind each dish they encountered. One afternoon, they'd visited an Italian market, and Gino introduced Primus to fresh pasta. This is the key to many Italian dishes, Gino explained. The freshness makes all the difference. Primus marveled at the simplicity yet complexity of the ingredients. I can see why humans take such pride in their food, he said. Culinary experiments. Inspired by his experiences, Primus began to experiment with human ingredients and techniques. He spent hours in the kitchen, blending traditional Daxamite flavors with the new tastes he had discovered. Gino and Tony watched in awe as Primus created innovative fusion dishes that combined the best of both worlds. One evening, Primus served a dish of spiced quail eggs with a rich tomato sauce, inspired by his new knowledge of Indian and Italian cuisine. Gino took a bite and nodded appreciatively. You've done it, Primus. This is a masterpiece, a new perspective. As Primus continued to explore and experiment, he realized that his journey was about more than just food. It was about understanding and appreciating the diverse cultures and traditions that made each dish unique. He saw how food could bring people together, create connections, and tell stories. I'm learning so much, Primus said to Donald one evening. Not just about human cuisine, but about the human experience. It's incredible how much you can learn from a simple meal. Donald smiled. That's the beauty of food, Primus. It transcends language and culture, and it has the power to unite us all. A new purpose. Primus's passion for human cuisine continued to grow, and he became determined to share his newfound knowledge with the galaxy. He envisioned a future where chefs from different worlds could come together, share their culinary traditions, and create something truly extraordinary. I want to bring the best of both worlds together, Primus declared. I want to create a fusion of Daxamite and human cuisine that will amaze and inspire everyone. With renewed determination, Primus set out to make his vision a reality. He knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but he was ready to face whatever obstacles lay in his path. Cultural exchange. An invitation to Earth. Word of Primus's culinary journey spread quickly, and soon he received invitations from chefs and food enthusiasts across Earth. Everyone was eager to meet the renowned Daxamite chef and learn from his unique perspective. One day, Primus received an invitation from Chef Maria Sanchez, the owner of a prestigious Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles. "I would be honored if you could visit my restaurant and share your knowledge with us," Maria wrote. "I believe we have much to learn from each other." Journey to Los Angeles. Primus accepted the invitation and traveled to Los Angeles with Gino and Tony. As they arrived at Maria's restaurant, they were greeted with warmth and enthusiasm. The restaurant was vibrant and bustling, filled with the rich aromas of Mexican cuisine. "Welcome, Chef Primus," Maria said, embracing him warmly. "It is an honor to have you here." Primus smiled, feeling a sense of excitement and anticipation. "Thank you for inviting me, Maria. I'm eager to learn more about Mexican cuisine." Culinary exploration. Over the next few days, Maria introduced Primus to the rich and diverse flavors of Mexican cuisine. They explored local markets, where Primus marveled at the variety of fresh produce, spices, and ingredients. "Mexican cuisine is all about bold flavors and vibrant colors," Maria explained. "We use ingredients like chili peppers, cilantro, and lime to create dishes that are both flavorful and visually stunning." Primus was fascinated by the complexity and depth of the dishes they prepared together. From tacos al pastor to mole poblano, each dish was a revelation, a fusion of flavors. Inspired by his experiences, Primus began to experiment with blending Mexican and Daxamite flavors. He created dishes that combined the boldness of Mexican spices with the unique tastes of his home planet. One evening, Primus prepared a dish of spiced quail eggs with a mole sauce, blending the rich flavors of both cuisines. Maria took a bite and nodded in appreciation. "This is incredible, Primus. You've created something truly special." A new friendship. As Primus continued to explore and experiment, he developed a deep friendship with Maria and her team. They shared stories, laughed, and learned from each other, creating a bond that transcended cultural boundaries. "Food has a way of bringing people together," Maria said one evening. "It doesn't matter where we come from or what language we speak. When we share a meal, we share a part of ourselves." Primus nodded, feeling a sense of connection and belonging. "I've learned so much from you, Maria. Your passion and creativity have inspired me in ways I never imagined." A new vision. As Primus's journey continued, he began to envision a future where chefs from all over the galaxy could come together to share their culinary traditions and create something truly extraordinary. "I want to create a culinary exchange program," Primus declared. "A place where chefs from different worlds can come together, learn from each other, and create new and innovative dishes." Maria and her team were excited by the idea and offered their support. "We would be honored to be a part of your vision, Primus," Maria said. "Together, we can create something truly amazing." The next chapter. With renewed determination, Primus set out to make his vision a reality. He knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but he was ready to face whatever obstacles lay in his path. He was driven by a passion for culinary excellence and a desire to bring people together through the power of food. As he traveled from city to city, Primus continued to learn and grow. Sharing his knowledge and experiences with others, he became a symbol of unity and collaboration, inspiring chefs and food enthusiasts across the galaxy. And as he looked out at the stars, Primus knew that his journey was far from over. He had found a new purpose, a new passion, and a new way to make a difference in the galaxy. Together with his new friends and allies, Primus was ready to take on the next challenge and continue his quest for culinary greatness. The Culinary Exchange Program. Establishing the program. Primus's vision for a culinary exchange program began to take shape. With the support of chefs like Maria and the enthusiasm of food enthusiasts across the galaxy, he set out to create a space where culinary traditions from different worlds could come together. He found the perfect location in a neutral space station known as the Galactic Hub. The station was a bustling center of trade and diplomacy, making it an ideal place for the culinary exchange program. With the help of Donald and his connections, Primus secured funding and resources to establish the program. Bringing chefs together. Chefs from various planets eagerly joined the program, excited to share their culinary traditions and learn from others. The Galactic Hub was transformed into a vibrant culinary center, with kitchens and dining halls filled with the sounds and smells of diverse cuisines. Primus worked tirelessly to bring his vision to life. He organized workshops, cooking classes, and culinary competitions, fostering an environment of creativity and collaboration. Cultural exchange. One of the first chefs to join the program was Chef Zara from the aquatic planet of Oceania. Zara's expertise in seafood dishes and underwater farming techniques brought a unique perspective to the program. "I've never seen ingredients like these before," Zara said as she examined the fresh produce from Earth. "I can't wait to experiment with them." Primus and Zara worked together to create a dish that combined the best of both their worlds. The result was a seafood stew with a rich, flavorful broth, infused with spices and herbs from both Earth and Oceania. Building bridges. The culinary exchange program quickly became a place where cultural boundaries dissolved. Chefs from different planets shared their stories, traditions, and techniques, building bridges of understanding and friendship. Chef Cree from the volcanic planet of Ignis brought his knowledge of heat and fire-based cooking techniques. He collaborated with Chef Mai from Earth, who specialized in traditional Chinese cuisine, to create a fiery stir-fry that delighted everyone who tasted it. A festival of flavors. To celebrate the success of the program, Primus organized a grand culinary festival at the Galactic Hub. The festival was a showcase of the incredible dishes created through the exchange program, drawing visitors from all over the galaxy. The festival was a feast for the senses, with colorful food stalls, live cooking demonstrations, and music from different cultures. Primus felt a deep sense of pride as he watched chefs and visitors from various planets come together to celebrate their shared love of food. A taste of home. One of the most popular attractions at the festival was the Taste of Home booth, where visitors could sample traditional dishes from different planets. Primus was thrilled to see the excitement and curiosity on people's faces as they tried new and unfamiliar foods. "This is amazing," said a visitor from the ice planet of Glacia as she tasted a spicy curry from Earth. "I've never had anything like it before." Primus smiled, knowing that this was just the beginning. The culinary exchange program had the potential to bring people together in ways he had never imagined. A new chapter. As the festival came to an end, Primus reflected on the journey that had brought him here. He had left his home and his career behind, driven by a passion for culinary exploration and a desire to bring people together through food. Now, as he stood at the heart of the Galactic Hub, surrounded by friends and allies from different worlds, Primus knew that his journey was far from over. He had found a new purpose, a new passion, and a new way to make a difference in the galaxy. Together with the chefs and food enthusiasts who had joined the culinary exchange program, Primus was ready to continue his quest for culinary greatness. The future was bright, and the possibilities were endless. Challenges and triumphs. Facing challenges. Despite the success of the culinary exchange program, Primus and his team faced numerous challenges. Bringing together chefs from different planets with diverse culinary traditions was not always easy. There were moments of misunderstanding and cultural clashes, but Primus was determined to overcome these obstacles. "We must remember that we are here to learn from each other," Primus reminded the chefs during a meeting. "Our differences are what make us unique. Let's embrace them and find ways to create something extraordinary together. Overcoming obstacles. One of the biggest challenges was sourcing ingredients from different planets. Each chef had their own preferred ingredients, some of which were difficult to obtain. Primus worked closely with the Galactic Hub's trade and logistics teams to ensure a steady supply of fresh ingredients for the program. "We'll need to establish reliable trade routes and partnerships," Donald advised. "It's going to take time, but it's essential for the success of the program." Primus nodded, knowing that this was a crucial step. He reached out to trade representatives from various planets, negotiating deals and establishing connections to ensure that the culinary exchange program had access to the best ingredients. Collaborative creations. Despite the challenges, the chefs continued to create incredible dishes that showcased the best of their culinary traditions. Collaborative creations became a highlight of the program, with chefs working together to blend flavors and techniques in innovative ways. Chef Zara and Chef Cree teamed up to create a seafood dish with a fiery twist, combining the fresh flavors of Oceania with the intense heat of Ignis. The dish was a hit, drawing rave reviews from everyone who tried it. Building relationships. As the chefs spent more time together, they began to build strong relationships based on mutual respect and admiration. They shared stories of their home planets, their culinary journeys, and their dreams for the future. Chef Mai and Chef Cree, who had initially struggled to understand each other's cooking styles, developed a deep friendship. They spent hours experimenting in the kitchen, creating dishes that blended the best of Chinese and Ignition cuisine. A turning point. One evening, Primus received a message from a group of Daxamite chefs who had been skeptical of his decision to leave Zeta 9. They had heard about the success of the culinary exchange program and were curious to learn more. "Primus, we've been following your journey," the message read. "We would like to visit the Galactic Hub and see for ourselves what you have accomplished." Primus felt a surge of excitement. This was an opportunity to show his fellow Daxamites the value of culinary exploration and collaboration. He welcomed them with open arms, eager to share the experiences and knowledge he had gained. A new appreciation. The Daxamite chefs arrived at the Galactic Hub and were immediately struck by the vibrant atmosphere and the diversity of cuisines on display. They spent time in the kitchens, observing and learning from the chefs of the culinary exchange program. "I had no idea human cuisine could be so complex and diverse," one of the Daxamite chefs admitted. "You've truly opened our eyes, Primus." Primus smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "This is just the beginning. There is so much more to learn and explore. Together, we can create something truly extraordinary." A celebration of unity. To celebrate the Daxamite chef's visit, Primus organized a special event at the Galactic Hub. Chefs from different planets came together to prepare a grand feast, showcasing their collaborative creations and celebrating the spirit of unity and collaboration. The event was a resounding success, drawing visitors from across the galaxy. The dining halls were filled with laughter, music, and the delicious aromas of diverse cuisines. It was a celebration of the power of food to bring people together and create connections. Looking forward. As the event came to a close, Primus reflected on the journey that had brought him here. He had faced challenges and obstacles, but he had also experienced incredible triumphs and built lasting relationships. The culinary exchange program had become a symbol of unity and collaboration, inspiring chefs and food enthusiasts across the galaxy. And as Primus looked to the future, he knew that there were endless possibilities ahead. Together with his new friends and allies, Primus was ready to continue his quest for culinary greatness. The journey was far from over, but he was excited for the adventures that lay ahead. Expanding horizons, new horizons. With the success of the culinary exchange program at the Galactic Hub, Primus began to explore new opportunities to expand its reach. He envisioned a network of culinary exchange centers across the galaxy, each one fostering collaboration and innovation among chefs from different worlds. "We've built something incredible here," Primus said to his team. "Now it's time to take our vision to new horizons. Let's bring the culinary exchange program to other planets and share our mission of unity and creativity. Planning the expansion. Primus and his team worked tirelessly to plan the expansion of the program. They identified key planets and space stations that would be ideal locations for new culinary exchange centers. Each center would be equipped with state-of-the-art kitchens, dining halls, and facilities for hosting workshops and events. We'll need to build partnerships with local chefs and culinary institutions, Donald advised. It's important that each center reflects the unique culinary traditions of its location. Primus agreed, knowing that collaboration and cultural exchange were at the heart of the program's success. He reached out to chefs and culinary leaders from different planets, inviting them to join the initiative and help establish new centers. First stop, Oceania. The first new center was established on the aquatic planet of Oceania, with Chef Zara taking the lead. The center was located in a beautiful underwater city, surrounded by vibrant marine life and stunning coral reefs. "Welcome to the Oceania Culinary Exchange Center," Zara said with pride. "We are excited to share our culinary traditions and learn from chefs across the galaxy." Primus was thrilled to see the center come to life. He spent time working with Zara and her team, helping them set up the kitchens and organize the first series of workshops and events. The center quickly became a hub of culinary activity, attracting chefs and food enthusiasts from across the planet and beyond. A taste of Ignis. Next, Primus traveled to the volcanic planet of Ignis, where Chef Cree had established the Ignis Culinary Exchange Center. The center was located near a stunning volcanic crater, with kitchens designed to harness the intense heat of the planet's geothermal activity. "Welcome to Ignis," Cree said with a smile. "Here, we cook with fire and passion. We are excited to share our techniques and learn from others." Primus was fascinated by the unique cooking methods used on Ignis. He worked closely with Cree and his team to organize workshops that showcased the best of Ignisian cuisine, while also incorporating techniques and flavors from other planets. Unity in diversity. As Primus continued his journey, he established new centers on planets like Glacia, with its icy landscapes and fresh, cold-water seafood, and Arborea, a lush forest planet known for its rich, plant-based cuisine. Each center became a beacon of unity and collaboration, bringing together chefs and food enthusiasts from different worlds to share their culinary traditions and create innovative dishes. Culinary festivals. To celebrate the success of the culinary exchange centers, Primus organized a series of grand culinary festivals. Each festival was held at a different center and featured a showcase of the incredible dishes created through collaboration and cultural exchange. The festivals were a feast for the senses, with colorful food stalls, live cooking demonstrations, and music from different cultures. Visitors from across the galaxy came to experience the diversity and creativity of the culinary exchange program. A vision realized. As the final festival came to a close, Primus reflected on the journey that had brought him here. He had left his home and his career behind, driven by a passion for culinary exploration and a desire to bring people together through food. Now, as he stood at the heart of the Ignis Culinary Exchange Center, surrounded by friends and allies from different worlds, Primus knew that his vision had been realized. The culinary exchange program had become a symbol of unity and collaboration, inspiring chefs and food enthusiasts across the galaxy. Looking to the future, the journey was far from over. Primus knew that there were still new horizons to explore and new challenges to face, but he was ready for whatever lay ahead, driven by a passion for culinary excellence and a desire to make a difference in the galaxy. Together with his new friends and allies, Primus was ready to continue his quest for culinary greatness. The future was bright, and the possibilities were endless. A legacy of flavor, a lasting impact. Years passed, and the culinary exchange program continued to thrive and expand. The network of centers grew, bringing together chefs and food enthusiasts from all corners of the galaxy. The program's impact was profound, fostering a spirit of unity and collaboration that transcended cultural boundaries. Primus's legacy was felt far and wide. Chefs who had participated in the program went on to open their own restaurants, blending the flavors and techniques they had learned with their own culinary traditions. The result was a vibrant tapestry of fusion cuisine that delighted diners across the galaxy. Mentoring the next generation. As Primus grew older, he took on a new role as a mentor to the next generation of chefs. He shared his knowledge and experiences, inspiring young chefs to embrace creativity and collaboration. Remember, true culinary greatness lies in exploring new frontiers. Primus often said to his students, "Never be afraid to try something new and learn from others. Together, we can create something extraordinary." A new chapter. One day, Primus received a message from a young chef named Lyra, who had recently joined the culinary exchange program. Lyra was passionate about food and eager to learn from the best. "Chef Primus, I've heard so much about you and your journey," Lyra wrote. "I would be honored if you could visit our center and share your knowledge with us." Primus was touched by the message and agreed to visit Lyra's center. He traveled to the bustling planet of Metropolis, where the newest culinary exchange center had been established. Passing the torch. When Primus arrived at the Metropolis Culinary Exchange Center, he was greeted with warmth and enthusiasm. The center was a vibrant hub of activity, filled with the sounds and smells of diverse cuisines. "Welcome, Chef Primus," Lyra said, her eyes shining with excitement. "It is an honor to have you here." Primus smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "Thank you, Lyra. I'm excited to be here and share my experiences with you." Over the next few weeks, Primus worked closely with Lyra and her team, sharing his knowledge and helping them create innovative fusion dishes. He saw the same passion and creativity in Lyra that had driven him throughout his own journey. A legacy of flavor. As Primus's time at the Metropolis Center came to an end, he reflected on the legacy he was leaving behind. He had dedicated his life to culinary exploration and collaboration, and he was proud of the impact he had made. "Thank you for everything, Chef Primus," Lyra said as they prepared for a farewell celebration. "You've inspired us in ways we never imagined." Primus smiled, feeling a deep sense of pride. "It's been an honor to share this journey with you. Remember, the possibilities are endless. Keep exploring, keep creating, and keep sharing your passion with the world." A bright future. As the farewell celebration came to a close, Primus looked out at the faces of the young chefs he had mentored. He knew that the future was in good hands. The culinary exchange program would continue to thrive, inspiring new generations of chefs to embrace creativity, collaboration, and unity. Primus's journey had come full circle. He had started as a chef seeking to explore new flavors and techniques, and he had ended up creating a legacy that would last for generations to come. As he left the Metropolis Center and looked out at the stars, Primus felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had found his true purpose, and he had made a difference in the galaxy. The future was bright, and the possibilities were endless. And as long as chefs continued to come together, share their culinary traditions, and create something extraordinary, Primus's legacy would live on. Epilogue. A new journey. Years later, the culinary exchange program had become a cornerstone of galactic culture. The network of centers continued to grow, fostering collaboration and innovation among chefs from different worlds. Lyra had taken on a leadership role, guiding the program into a new era of creativity and exploration. She often thought of Primus and the lessons he had taught her, drawing inspiration from his legacy. One day, as Lyra prepared for a culinary festival at the Metropolis Center, she received a message from an old friend. It was Donald, the diplomat who had introduced Primus to human cuisine all those years ago. "Lyra, I have some exciting news," the message read. "We've discovered a new planet with a rich and diverse culinary tradition. I believe it would be the perfect place for our next culinary exchange center. Are you interested?" Lyra felt a surge of excitement. She knew that this was the beginning of a new journey, one that would continue Primus's legacy and bring even more flavors and traditions to the galaxy. "Count me in," Lyra replied. "Let's continue exploring, creating, and sharing the wonders of food with the galaxy." And so, the journey continued. The culinary exchange program remained a beacon of unity and collaboration, inspiring chefs and food enthusiasts across the galaxy to come together, share their traditions, and create something truly extraordinary. The possibilities were endless, and the legacy of Primus lived on, a testament to the power of food to bring people together and create connections that transcended cultural boundaries. As long as there were chefs willing to explore new frontiers, the culinary exchange program would continue to thrive, making the galaxy a more delicious and united place.